podcast by two guys who know nothing about comedy nor game design. I'm Trevor Scott, and with me, as always, is my partner in crime, Ben Slinger.
Hello. Let's do some crime.
Let's do some
video crime on the
video
face of
game
video
crime.
games.
So yeah, we say by two guys who know nothing about comedy nor game design, but very soon we're going to be like published game designers, so we're going to have to change the spiel at the front.
I don't know. Do you ever really know anything about game design? Does one ever really know anything?
Does one ever know something about game design? So we don't know how to come up with things off the top of our head. So we're going to use a prompt. And that prompt tonight will again be movies, because we've been having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
So let's go. 3, 2, 1, movie.
All right. Okay. Tyson. The story of Mike Tyson.
Okay.
From his early days as a 12-year-old amateur with a powerful punch to the undisputed title of heavyweight champion of the world, and ultimately to his conviction for rape. Oh, love that in the video game. The story of his turbulent life moves quickly, never focusing for long on anything in particular.
The Substitute 2, School's Out. When teacher Randall Thomason is killed during a carjacking, an unexpected visitor shows up at his funeral, his estranged brother, Carl Thomason. An ex-Green Beret turned mercenary, Carl signs on as a new substitute teacher in order to investigate Randall's murder.
Okay.
There's something about that I kind of like.
All right. Well, I'll tell you where my mind went first is side-scrolling beat-em-up.
Mm-hmm.
I thought from Tyson, we forget the rapist. We take boxing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this guy already is like a badass Green Beret or whatever in your story.
Yeah.
So it is a narrative thing, and you are figuring out a crime, like discovering a crime. But the main gameplay is side-scrolling beat 'em up.
I love the idea that you can very quickly switch between like investigation mode, where you're talking to people, and then you hit a button and it turns into like Double Dragon sort of stuff.
Yeah,
but you continue.
One's in first person, and one's
no.
It like zooms out. Music starts.
I was thinking, remember that kind of horror adventure game House?
Oh yeah,
that was in the third person sort of thing. I was thinking you could do that, and you're walking around the area, but when you just need to, you hit the button and it flicks into a beat 'em up mode where you can like be fighting and saving someone that you may be talking to, and
that's cool. Particularly, obviously, you're wandering around a school. You're a substitute teacher. I think a lot of the time you're going around the school. And so you've just got some regular walking around discussions with stuff. But then, like your brother was killed in mysterious circumstances. Maybe we even go paranormal with it, so we can just have a bunch of like cannon fodder enemies that you end up fighting at various times.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
I love the idea of you go investigate and you find out that your brother was, a regular at a biker bar. So you go to the biker bar and it's like
you have a big brawl there.
Having a big brawl there, and it spills out into the street, and you're sort of going down the street. You can't necessarily get out of that fight mode. But then you may have to, get away from the cops.
Do we play it up like while you're in fight mode, you're like smashing garbage cans, eating whole turkeys that are in there, to get health, picking up just random coins that are bursting out of people, and then you go back into investigation mode, and it's like you would just come out of a fugue state. It's like, did I just eat a fucking turkey from the garbage? What the fuck is going on here? And maybe tie that into the supernatural stuff.
Yeah. It's like, I walked over the turkey and it just entered me.
Was there a giant floating arrow and the words go just floating in the air?
I did a spin kick and I stayed in the air for 15 seconds as I turned around.
Why is that guy flashing white and transparent every time I hit him? I mean, there's a bit of like
seems like
Scott
I can't
Pilgrim.
hit this person. Like that, their hitbox hasn't been turned on.
It's like I couldn't hit that. It seemed like they were right in front of me, but actually they were 2 steps, further away into the screen,
into the background.
Yep. I hadn't quite lined up my hitbox with them. That's pretty funny. It's a meta humor.
Oh yeah, a little bit of meta humor, but the idea of, having to do some sort of discussion, and if you flick into fight mode and you're going to fight someone that you can't, it's like it goes, you punch one of the other teachers in the face and like, and they start bleeding.
Yeah, maybe we design this game around literally being able to switch into fight mode at any point. You can literally you can beat up all the high school kids. You immediately get arrested and it's game over, but you can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. And if the principal doesn't like it, you can punch him in the face.
Yeah.
You're gonna again get arrested. And then maybe you do it that you're locked out of the school now.
Yeah, but there's still
in order to get back in,
so there's still ways to you just punch a lock. It flashes white a few times, and then it blows up. Explosion.
Oh yeah. Then it does the arrow with the go, and he goes, "I'm getting used to this." Oh, that's telling me I should go. I can enter the school now.
That's so funny. I'd love to do a game playing with the meta tropes of beat 'em ups.
There's something about, I don't know, if you could somehow get the license for Double Dragon and you have it as Billy and Jimmy, and like Billy's dead and he's died and he was a teacher for a little while and you've come back, you're Jimmy, you've come back.
I mean, you don't need the rights to just do a very obvious homage to
we haven't talked since he beat me up in a fight and stole my girlfriend, which is one of the endings to like Double Dragon, that they end up fighting each other over the girl. Oh shit! Who played them in the movie?
Oh my god! Like you got Scott Baio and
Scott
or something.
No, Scott Wolf, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, maybe. Who's Scott Baio then?
From Scott Baio's from like Happy Days and that sort of stuff. Scott Wolf was from Party of Five, I'm pretty sure.
That's right. Scott Wolf, and Mark Dacascos. Oh, that's right. I forgot about Scott Wolf. I had Robert Patrick in it.
Did it? Yeah. Jesus.
God, that maybe
best
was
known for Double Dragon. He was Billy.
Yeah. Anyway, I knew it was a Scott. I got that at least. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1 movie.
3, 2, 1 movie. That's cool.
High Expectations. Starring Kelsey Grammer.
Ooh, Breach. Starring Bruce Willis.
Oh, okay. I don't know either of these.
So movies. Breach was one of the last sort of films that Bruce Willis did before he retired, which unfortunately means that it's not one of the great movies because he was sort of had a lot of problems with the frontotemporal dementia at the time, and was unfortunately taking on some really bad roles. But it's got an interesting idea. A hardened mechanic must stay awake and maintain an interstellar ark fleeing the dying planet Earth with a few thousand lucky souls on board, the last of humanity. Unfortunately, humans are not the only passengers. A shape-shifting alien creature has taken residence. Its only goal is to kill as many people as possible. The crew must think quickly to stop this menace before it destroys mankind.
Whereas mine's a soccer movie. I won't read the whole thing, but he's essentially estranged from his father, desperate for purpose, blah, 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 inspired by his ex-girlfriend, tries to get a second chance at his big dream of playing soccer. I much prefer the interstellar arc ship.
Yeah.
But maybe we could bring in...
He's a hardened mechanic / soccer player. Like,
okay.
Like he was a soccer player.
Yeah, retired soccer player.
Retired because of like he had a knee injury.
Right.
Because I love the idea of having that sort of grizzled mechanic who really just all he ever wanted to be was a soccer player, and he fell into hard times. His girlfriend broke up with him. He used to have lots of money and now is down on his luck, and the only thing he could actually find
was this job that literally will take him across the stars, and he'll never be back
away
on Earth
from
again. Yeah,
and away from this, cheating girlfriend, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But then when he gets on board, like, shit's fucked. And
I think maybe he takes his son comes with him. Maybe his son doesn't tell him he's coming.
Yeah.
And so then he's like, no, you had a life back on Earth. Like, I don't have a life left back on Earth. You had a life back on Earth. Why are you on this ship? And so there's a real interesting dynamic there between them.
And they're having to now work together.
Yeah.
To defeat the shapeshifter.
Yeah. Do we keep the shapeshifter in there?
I mean, do we do it? Do we do what I'm thinking of? And the son was always the shapeshifter.
Oh, right.
And it's like,
yeah, you could do.
The son was never with him.
The son was never on board.
The son was never on board.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good because if you set that up well enough, where the son was estranged initially, but he'd been reaching out just before the dad left, but the dad ignored the calls because he was going on this ship. He wanted to cut all ties. You don't introduce the shapeshifter until after you've established this relationship. So there's not necessarily an immediate, that's got to be the shapeshifter. They are working together. They're starting to kind of build a relationship again. And then and then they're the shapeshifter.
And they've been the shapeshifter all along, and literally they saw you as the biggest threat because.
Well, or do you go to some sort of a bit more this shapeshifter you did actually create a relationship with this being. They need to kill humans for sustenance or something, right? They're some sort of parasitic whatever.
Yeah.
And so you actually have a bit of empathy for it. Yeah. That's it. They see you as a father figure. Now
you're the father I never knew.
Yeah. I mean,
I might be the thing, but
our species doesn't procreate in that way, but I've learned the customs. And then you do have to make the decision of, well, but this thing's still a danger to everybody on board. It can't survive without killing
What
people.
I love is you can just have, him talking to a friend at the very start, talking about how his estranged son, wished that he had this time, and you can sort of bring that in.
Yeah.
And it's sort of almost that foreshadowing of the son's going to be actually here. So you're leading down that path, but really he's actually been talking to the shapeshifter at the start, talking about how, he's always wanted this thing.
Yeah.
And you actually do a reveal of that friend that he was talking to goes out and just shapeshifts into the friend because he showed him the photo and all this sort of stuff.
I wonder, you could almost do this, and I mean, this is obviously because we've got it on the brain, but you could do this as a deduction style game where you are looking back through logs, tracking down movements through the ship. You'd obviously have to sort of figure out, okay, how does this shapeshifter work? I think it it maybe kills someone, uses their body, but can then shapeshift into any one of the ones that's been before or that it's seen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can. Yeah, exactly. But it
can look like a loved one if it's seen the photo early enough.
Oh, it could also be, and I've seen this done before, but it has to consume someone to shapeshift into someone else. It uses that raw material to create a body, and that body can look like anyone, but once it's created, it can't just change at will. It has to kill and consume another body so that it can use those materials.
there is something there, especially if the sun goes missing for a while and then, you find it locked in a room somewhere and it's like, oh, phew, I thought the shapeshifter got to you.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's more the fact that
they were someone else for a while and then they killed someone else. Like, well, that's it. Because then the deduction stuff could be around, lining up, like, when was this person seen versus when a body was found or like the remains of a body. Except, of course, a body. Yeah, I mean, a body, you find the old body as it sheds that husk.
Potentially,
Yeah. That's cool.
I know there's different ways that you could go. I do like the idea of a deductive game where you are like investigating a active murderer in a thing, and like as you're going, you're still learning about other people, and you got suspects and you got things, but they could be whittled down pretty easily through deaths and that sort of stuff.
There's almost a different game there that you could build on.
But no, I like this a lot. I do like the idea of having that shapeshifter just becoming your son, and even if it's just like, I do also like the one about the different, like, has to kill someone to change, but I know it sort of loses a little bit of that if it can't be the son whenever you're looking, so that you can have more of those conversations and those sort of things. Like,
I mean, I guess it depends on how
disappeared for quite a while.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on how many deaths need to happen. Like, there doesn't need to be constant deaths. Is I guess what I mean. Like, it could just be, well, there hasn't been any deaths for a while, and me and my son have been getting on really well. Oh man, the shapeshifter, like, someone was killed again. Oh, hey, where's my son been? He left. He was. I didn't see him for a few days, and then 2 bodies were found as he like became someone else for a while because he had to like sneak in somewhere and then killed someone else. And anyway, you could potentially work it out, but
there's something about like building a relationship with your son on this weird interstellar arc. I think the soccer thing can come in at some stage. That
I mean, that's almost
you
just
kick the head off. You kick the head off your son, basically.
At the end, get a goal. That's a bit ridiculous.
But it's all through dialogue choice. So you're doing like a deduction sort of thing. It's like,
except you do like the. I think it's done a bit in Mass Effect, but I think there's another game where this really happens. You do the thing where the dialogue says one thing, and it, it's like, give them a little kick or something. Or not even that. It's like, push them to the limit or something. And then it plays out a cutscene where you literally kick its head off. It's just like this completely the opposite thing of what you meant. Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting some bad ones coming up. 3-1 movie.
Okay,
interesting. Movie's called Collide.
Okay.
From 2022. A gripping chronicle of 3 couples over the course of one fateful night in an LA restaurant named Collide.
Interesting. Okay.
So I'm not going to go with the stories that they've got there. I think we can just...
No. I think just that framing works well.
Yeah.
I got Tiger and Crane Fists, 1976. 2 masters from rival kung fu schools must combine their skills to defeat an evil Japanese lord.
So I love the idea that they're one of the 3 couples.
Yeah.
Like, that they meet at this restaurant, and during their part, like they end up having to go down this beat 'em up sort of thing. I think you can have like a guy there meeting a blind date.
Is each of these couples, do we do different gameplay for each of their stories?
I mean, I do kind of like that. Kind of like the Hex had different gameplay throughout, but you can sort of weave the stories together.
Yeah, that's it. You still weave them together for sure.
No, I like that a lot. Like, I know I kind of see like a blind date and having to impress you.
Oh yeah, that's date. Like a romance visual novel or something.
Yeah, kind of like a what's it called? I was trying to think of the name of the sort of like maybe Monster Prom or something like that.
Yeah,
something along those lines of, you know, you may be going down a visual novel thing of, you know, trying to impress your date and all this sort of stuff. And there's things happening. At one stage, you see like these two, you know, crazily dressed people get up and walk into the kitchen. You hear some fight sounds, but you're like, you know, you're talking, and then they come out, they're all battered and bruised, and like
that's it. And you don't know what happened until the beat 'em up scene from the other couple.
And then you see the beat 'em up scene, and it's like, it turns out like under here there's like this massive, almost portal to hell, and they've gone through and done all this beat 'em up sort of stuff. The reason why Collide is doing so well is because, you know, they signed a contract with the devil, and tonight the rent's come due.
Right. Okay.
So that like. They ended up,
and then what's the third couple's gameplay? Is that it? Do we do like adventure style, like a deduction or a point and click adventure? Do we go all out and do like rhythm or match 3?
I do like the idea of it either being a point and click, and it's like, you know, an old married couple who have been together for quite a while, and you know they're sort of going and noticing. Maybe deductive does actually work here. Like their whole thing is listening into other people's conversations and trying to like deduce who people are and that sort of stuff. So
it's almost a Agatha Christie, or maybe not Agatha Christie, but like a. Oh, I get like a Miss Marple kind of thing, like a Murder, She Wrote or something. Like it's this old elderly couple going through, talking to people, like, figuring out what's going on here. Like it's almost a hobby for them to just try to understand what's happening.
Or they're just getting together and they've just come from like a murder scene and they're going through the evidence and like
right. But it turns out to be related to
the reason why they're
one of
here
the
is
demon
because they believe
had escaped.
Well, it's like all the clues led us to here, like that, you know, the murderer is someone here in this room now.
Yep.
Sort of thing. And it's like they're trying to just work that out. I don't know. There's something fun about having those 3 stories and having them all sort of come together.
For sure. That just gave me an idea, and this is actually a different game, but you could potentially use some of it in here. I just had an image of a deduction style game, like this sort of document searching game, like Root Trees and Demon Masquerade. But you're at a restaurant or a coffee table. You've got all the papers like laid out in front of you on the table. But a lot of what you're doing is then looking up and noticing things in the restaurant and the relationships between them and different stuff, and then taking those notes down and having to figure stuff out. There's almost a game there in itself of sitting in a coffee shop and you know, almost staking a place out and understanding the relationships between everyone in there. But that.
I know if there was a way at some stage where you could actually, you know, have in the explosive finale, sort of like, you're very quickly switching between like now you're in the beat 'em up and you're beating.
Oh, you end up with everyone
getting up
switching
towards the top and
gameplay. So like the old couple ends up doing beat 'em up. The
blind date,
those on a date end up having to like deduce some stuff, and then the 2 kung fu masters end up falling in love and you know, realizing that they should be together.
Mutual respect. I love the idea of the you know, hell sort of comes up into the restaurant and you know the 2 old couple, you know, they're kicking the shit out of these things because it turns out that, you know, they were
retired demon hunters from way back.
Yeah. And literally they're like, oh, demons again. And it's sort of like, you know, one whips out like one of those extendable batons. And
the guy just like
sort of gets up,
flexes and his shirt comes off and he's totally like ripped under there. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about that. I really like
Yeah.
how that sort of has fit together. And
Yeah.
it's really fun.
That's right.
Let's go one more.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, click.
Interesting. Hide from 2008. A modern-day Bonnie and Clyde with a twist that follows two lovers down a path of destruction, mayhem, and murder as they live in a world where it is acceptable to take whatever they want with murderous consequences.
Okay. Horror movie, Coffin Baby.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to actually click again on that one. That's not one that we want to do.
Yeah.
What was yours again? Sorry.
Hide, so like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of.
Okay. I got one a little bit earlier. It's a 1936 film called Yellowstone.
Okay.
And it's a murder mystery set in the Yellowstone National Park.
Okay.
So I like the idea of that sort of outdoorsy sort of murder mystery.
Yeah. Okay. Are you murderers solving a murder? That could be interesting. You're on this killing spree, but part of that is figuring out like who killed her brother or something.
Yeah. I mean, are we going here with this killing spree? Do they know that one of the partnership is actually doing all these killings, or are they doing this together because they're like?
Oh, well, I mean, in this sort of Bonnie and Clyde style thing, it's like literally them robbing banks together and killing people and just like going on this road trip of mayhem, you know?
Yeah. But in reality, you can either go down that path of they're just trying to enact vengeance on something else that's happened, and they may be on the trail of the real killer.
Well, that's it. I think it's sort of this indiscriminate killing because they're fucking sociopaths themselves or whatever, but they are trying to find out who killed her brother and get vengeance for it.
And they're following the trail down this thing, and it ends at Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it ending in this huge national park, which is like
it's like desert and stuff, isn't it? Or is it
absolutely massive? It's got like normal sort of trees and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like a huge caldera as well. Like it's a super volcano. Yeah. So you've got those sort of sulfur pits and all that sort of stuff. It's absolutely massive. I don't remember where it is exactly. Let me just have a quick look. But yeah,
it's in Wyoming and Montana and Idaho. At least small portions of it. So, right, it's the first national park in the US and the world potentially.
Yeah. Looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, for sure.
But it being that big sort of almost gives a little bit of a strange antiquities kind of vibe, as you got this huge area and you can see the whole map, and
you're having
searching
to
little sections,
little grid points based on like
follow these little
directions,
clues and all this sort of stuff. Because you know that they're here somewhere. Okay.
Well, actually, that could be you could do that as the main gameplay loop. Actually, is you have to find a place, right? You've got some directions. You've got somewhere. You find that place, and then you get a scene that plays out, or like you get a whatever sort of gameplay we want to do. I mean, if I can be first person shooter, you know, they're like blasting through these places, trying to find information, threatening people, intimidating people. And then you get your next set of information. It's like, oh, okay, we can now take this back to the map and figure out where we've got to go next. And it's sort of this trail then.
And then you can always lead it to you're moving down towards, and the gameplay sort of switches out. Like when you get to Yellowstone, that it's like, now you've got to stay ahead of the people who are chasing you, which will be the cops. so not leaving too much evidence behind.
Yeah.
But also following the evidence of where this person could be within the Yellowstone National Park.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Kind of almost, that root tree mania sort of thing of you get to a certain point of the game and it switches up and it's now similar game, but it's different.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. There's a bit of a turn and now you're utilizing some of your same techniques, but sort of for a different purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
I like that a lot.
All right.
So I think that about does it.
I think that's the end of our episode. So if you'd like to find our previous games online, you can go to bitstormcast.com. All of the episodes are up there, or anywhere else that you find fine podcasts online. And I will just mention for the first time now, you can also go to bitstorm.games, and that's where you'll be able to start finding out about our first game that we're publishing and any future games that we might do after that.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're actually going to have a full website dedicated to this because we're a game development duo now.
That's it.
So if you like the song that we play at the start and end of each episode, that song is called Mount Defiance off of the album Contempt Value by the band Kuradust. You can find that for free at kuradust.bandcamp.com and check it out. Download it all for free.
Yeah. So, thank you again for joining us this week on Bitstorm. I'm Ben Slinger.
I'm Trevor Scott, and you're not my son, are you? You're a shapeshifter. Boom.
No, I am your son.
Soccer kick.
Your son.
Oh, damn it. I kicked your head off.